Hello everybody again. We are now going to the next topic, and the topic is again advanced isometric projections, number 2. This is a second lecture on advanced isometric projection, so I have just written here 2. Now last time we saw how to prepare figures in isometric when the planes are non-isometric planes. So there we have seen certain things. Now we are again going to see the next part where the things are slightly different. Today we are going to talk about spheres. So how to handle the spheres, that is the thing what we are going to learn. So how to draw a sphere in isometric, that is what we are now going to see. Okay. Now before we do that, before we go to the spheres, one thing we are supposed to just go back and revise, and that is about when we draw isometric projections, we already have seen that there is a 30-degree line, and according to that 30-degree lines we are going to draw isometric projection. So for example, when I draw a, let's say, box like this, then the box comes something like this. Okay, all of you know this, and at that time we also know that this angle is said to be 30 degrees and then vertical is 90 degrees. So these three lines, one vertical and these three lines, they are called as isometric axis. So when we draw any isometric figure, then that figure generally fits into these three lines. Out of that, these two lines are at 30 degrees and one line is vertical, and all our lines in isometric drawing, they belong to either like this or like this or like this, and then these are the isometric planes. So all our planes are either right, like a right plane or left plane or top plane, unless it is a problem where the some odd shape is there where the planes are non-isometric planes, which we have seen last time. Now there is one more thing that is hidden here. When we draw, suppose we have drawn this figure for an object such that, let's say this is 100 and let's say this is maybe 150 and this is, let's say, 80. So these are the dimensions of this particular box. Now what we have done is, maybe in our data it is given to us something like this. So I have drawn it a smaller size, but what it means is this is 100, this is 150 and then this is 80. So that means if you are given a data like this as a question, that these are the orthographic projections, draw the box, then this is what you would have drawn, taking this front view. So this is 100, 150 and thickness is 80, you have taken from the top view and you would have drawn this. Now what we have not done here is, this 100 we have taken same as what is given to us. All the figures we have taken as what they are given in the orthographic. Now when we do this we are doing only for convenience. We are doing this only for convenience, but in actual practice, in reality, if you want to draw an isometric figure or projection of this box, then this 100 height you cannot take as 100. Technically it is wrong to take the height same. You have to take this height at a reduced scale. There is something called as isometric scale. And what this isometric scale does, I'll just first draw what is isometric scale. This is isometric scale. You draw these two lines, then you draw one line at 30 degrees, other line you draw at 45 degrees from this point, and whatever dimension you want to draw here, original dimension is 100. So you mark 100 on the 45 degree line. See, this is 45 degrees this, and 30 degrees this. So first two lines are drawn. Now the dimension which you want to convert, the original dimension is 100, that you mark on the 45 degree line. Then we draw one vertical line like this, and whatever distance comes from here to here, this distance is, I'll write here, isometric 100. So this is our real 100 as per our scale, but this is a reduced 100. by certain geometry. So this particular length, which is less than the actual 100, is the one which is also called as isometric 100. So that isometric 100 is the one which we have to take here instead of the actual 100. So I'll write here isometric 100. That means all these dimensions, they should not be same as what are given or what are the actual dimensions which we measure by scale. But we are supposed to reduce all these dimensions by this particular method and get the reduced dimensions, so that this box will be reduced in size to this particular extent. Okay, what is the ratio? Isometric 100 is equal to 0.816 times the actual 100. So the actual size, if you multiply actual size by 0.816, then to that extent this is reduced. So the whole figure is now reduced by 0.816. But then what we do is, for our convenience, because it is slightly tedious work to reduce all the dimensions by this scale and then draw the isometric drawing. So what we do is, we are eliminating this process and we are drawing the whole figure as it is. What it means is, the figure which we have drawn is larger than what the actual isometric is. That is the indirect meaning of this. So instead of drawing this, we have drawn this, saying that the isometric figure is like this, but we have drawn it by a larger scale. So figure, when you draw like this, you have drawn it by a larger scale than the actual size, which is this, which is less by this. That is the way this assumption was made at the start, whenever we have learned the isometric drawing for the first time. That time, this must have been explained to you that the meaning of isometric is this, but for convenience, we are not using the scale, but we are drawing this as it is, assuming that we have drawn the figure larger than what it should be. Okay, just for convenience. Now, having understood this, having revised this, having recollected this particular fact, now what we are going to do is, for the case of isometric drawing of a sphere, when you come to the drawing of a sphere, that time what happens is, while drawing a sphere in isometric, you need to draw the size, you need to take the dimension like this also and like this also. That means for sphere, you need to do both this. For sphere, I'll write a sphere. So for drawing a sphere, you need to use the normal scale also, and you need to use the isometric scale also. Therefore, now the need has come to draw the figure as per the original rule of isometric scale. So whenever you are going to draw a figure which consists of sphere, the entire figure, whatever figure is given to you, that entire figure you have to draw by the original real method of reducing the dimensions by isometric scale. So draw everything as per the reduced scale by this amount, and then somewhere where the sphere is, you need to draw by the actual size also. Therefore, again I am repeating, whenever sphere problems are to be solved, that time you have to draw the entire figure using the isometric scale. In other words, isometric scale must be used when you are solving an exercise on spheres in isometric. Okay. Now, why it is like this, how it is like this, that we will see as we go further ahead. Okay, so how to draw a sphere in isometric, that is the next thing. Now just see here, let me give you one exercise like this. There is a sphere like this, and it is resting on a box. This is the front view I have drawn. I have drawn a front view of a sphere which is resting on a box. So it is touching to the box at this point. Okay, let me just put some figures. Let's say the diameter is, let's say 100. Diameter of the sphere is 100, and this is maybe 10 mm, and this is, let's say it is a square of size 120. So 120 by 120, that is the square. It has got a thickness 10, and at the center a sphere is resting. That is the front view you are given, and now you have to draw the isometric drawing of this particular object. Now how do you do? First thing is you have to draw the base plate. It's 120 by 120 by 10. And remember, we have to use isometric scale. That means all these dimensions you have to get them converted. So 120 you mark here, wherever it is 120, mark here, bring it down, and now this is your isometric 120. So reduce 120 by this scale. So take this dimension, call it as 120 for isometric work, and now what I am doing is, let me draw the base plate here, which all of you know how to draw. Okay, so I have drawn the base plate 120, but this is of course isometric 120. This is again isometric 120. This is isometric 10. So by reduced scale, we have drawn this box with angles, as you know, 30 degrees. This is 30 degrees, and this is 30 degrees. So at this stage, I have not done anything new, which all of you know that is done. Now it is a time to draw the sphere. Now for drawing the sphere, let's see how we have to think. Now for this sphere, let me mark the center of the sphere as C, and let me mark the contact point here as P. The sphere is in contact at point P, the center of the sphere is C. How much is Cp? Cp is equal to radius, so since the diameter is 100, distance Cp is 50. This distance, vertical distance Cp is 50. Okay. Now let's see here. This sphere, when you are drawn, imagine that sphere is drawn here. Okay. Now once the sphere is drawn, suppose I have decided to cut the sphere like this vertical. Maybe suppose I have drawn, suppose this is the top view. I'll draw the top view here. Actually I should draw it here, but there is no space, so this top view I am drawing here. So 120 by 120, this is 100, this is C and P together, correct? This is the top view of this figure. Now out of that, this box is already drawn. Now instead of drawing this full sphere, let me ask you to draw half sphere. This is not there. This sphere is half. Suppose this sphere is half. Then front view will still look like this. Front view will still look like this. And suppose I am asking you to draw this half sphere, and that too suppose I am asking you to draw not the sphere, in fact I am just asking you to draw this. Can you draw this? What is this line? This line is a circle, correct? When you cut it like this, when you cut the sphere like this in the top view, this is of course top view. When you cut the sphere like this particular plane is a circle, which is a section of the sphere. Now this circle, if I ask you to draw here, can you draw it? Considering your earlier knowledge, we know how to draw circles in isometric. So if circle is in isometric you can draw, then you can draw this particular circle, which is this circle. So if I ask you to look at this like a circle, not as a sphere. So here I have just shown a circle, which is this circle. Can you draw it here? Yes. How do you draw it? Now we know the circle is something whose radius is Cp. So what you can do is, you can draw a rhombus of size Cp here. So if I do it like this, it will come something like this. Okay, this part let me take out. And then in this rhombus, we have to draw with all the usual process, which all of you know. This centers and then whatever is required as per that. One arc with this center, other arc with this center, other arc with this center, and the fourth arc with this center we are drawn, and then somewhere here there will be C and P. Correct? So I have drawn this particular plane, just a plane which is a circle like this. Okay? the section, only the sectional plane of the sphere is drawn. See, we have to draw a sphere. At the moment we are just thinking of drawing the circle, which is a section of a sphere. Now the same sphere, suppose we cut like this. Suppose we cut the same sphere like this. And you are asked to draw again only this circle, which is the section of a sphere if it is cut like this. So again you are asked to draw just one circle here. How you will do? What you will do now? Now whatever you will do will be such that you are going to draw again a rhombus, something like this. And then with all the procedure, everything like this, then etc. Then you will get the figure. I'll draw the figure ready-made like this, which is fitted in the given shape like this, so that it will again pass from P and it will have its center at C. So we have drawn two circles, one circle like this, which is this, other circle like this, which is this. Now on the same lines, suppose we are asked to draw a circle here. So we are asked to draw a circle of the same size whose center is still the same C, but this circle is horizontal. So we have drawn now two circles which are vertical and they are touching to the plane at point P. They have got their center C. Now we are going to draw the third circle, which is horizontal circle with the same center. So if we do all the process and draw that third circle, then that third circle will come. I'll now draw this circle direct. The third circle will come something like this. See, I am just explaining to you the theory of how to draw a sphere. Okay, let us understand the sphere, how it is made up of. Once you know the theory behind it, then when you solve the problems on the sphere, it will be very easy to solve. That time, of course, you don't have to do all this. I am just explaining to you why the sphere is, what is the procedure involved for drawing the sphere. Okay, so to the sphere, we are looking from a different angle. Instead of looking at this as a sphere, we are looking at it as three circles which are perpendicular to each other. One circle like this, just a circle, plane, circular plane like this, other circle like this, and the third circle like this. All these three circles are perpendicular to each other and they are sharing the same center C. Out of that, the vertical circles, they are touching to the base at P. Okay, and then we have drawn all the three circles. Now having done this, we are now seeing the three sections of the sphere. We are not yet seeing the whole sphere, but we are only looking at the three sections of the sphere. That means, suppose imagine that this sphere is made up of, let us say, glass. This sphere is made up of glass, and on that glass sphere, suppose you have drawn three circles. This green circle, red circle, and black circle you have drawn as lines on the sphere. Then these three circles will look like this. These three circles will look like this. Now if you are trying to draw the sphere, you will realize that once the sphere is to be drawn, what we have to do is, now if you see the sphere in isometric, you are seeing the sphere in some angle, like you are seeing this box at certain direction, therefore you are seeing this box as an isometric, three-dimensional. So similarly, when you are looking at this sphere from some three-dimensional angle, that time whatever you are seeing the sphere, that time the size of sphere is going to be the actual size, this 100. The size of the sphere will be the actual 100, although the sections, whatever sections we have drawn, all these sections we have drawn with isometric 100. So if you see this rhombus, whatever rhombus we have drawn, they were all drawn with isometric 100 sides. We have drawn the sections in isometric 100 dimensions and drawn these circles in isometric 100. And therefore, if you know this is 50, it has to be also, because this is just one length, just like this is a length, this is a length. So like that, this CP line is just a length of length 50. So if you want to draw a line of length 50, of course you have to make it isometric 50. That means the distance C to P is nothing but isometric 50. Obviously it is isometric 50. But as far as the sphere is concerned, even if you look the sphere from the front view, it is actual 100, and even if you look at the sphere from the side as an isometric figure, still you are going to look at its overall size as 100. That time it will be real 100, it will not be isometric 100. Isometric 100 happens. Isometric 100 happens with this scale because the lines are inclined. Because there is some reason behind it. Because the lines are inclined, they are not shown by their two lengths, therefore they are shown by the reduced lengths. But that will not happen to the sphere even if you look from the front direction or even if you look from the isometric direction, still the size of the sphere is continuing to be the same 100. Therefore, here when you are drawing sphere in isometric, it will still look the same 100. That means now what we have to do is, by taking C as a center, you have to take the actual 50 size. That means the 50 size as per our normal scale, real value. So take a real 50 radius, this as the center, and if you draw, you will find that the sphere which you will draw, that sphere will come something like this. Of course, I have not drawn with proper dimension, so the figure is more as a freehand, so it is not seen the way it should be. But what I want to concentrate here is that this is going to be the shape of the sphere which is going to cover. This is a sphere which is going to cover, it is going to enclose all the three circles which we have drawn. All the three circles will touch to this particular circle whose radius is actual 50. And obviously, since this is isometric 50 and you have drawn this with actual 50, this circle or the sphere will not pass from P. P will remain inside the circle of this size. P will remain inside the circle of this side because this CP distance is not the real radius, it is isometric 50 which is less. Therefore P will inside, and that is quite obvious. Imagine that if you are standing here and there is one table, and on that table the sphere is kept and you are looking at it like an isometric figure. So when you look at the sphere which is kept on table, can you see the point where the sphere is in contact with the table? That point has gone under the sphere. The point where the sphere is in contact with table, that is under the sphere, so you will not be able to see the point. Suppose the sphere is made up of transparent glass, then you can see the point P, but then that point you will see through the sphere. When you see isometric, that time you will see the point P through the sphere, whereas if you see as a front view, that time you can see the point P touching to the plate in the front view. So P will be seen only in the front view, but P will not be seen in the isometric view, it will be inside, and this is the whole reason behind it. Because the reason is CP distance is isometric 50 which is less, and we are drawn the sphere with the real 50, so therefore CPP point will be inside. Okay, so this is the whole story about how the sphere is to be drawn.